telling voters for many, many years is totally false. Watch.
And the general wanted me to pin the silver star on him. And when I went to pin it on him in front of the entire brigade, and I went to pin the silver star with General Rodriguez, pin the silver star on his chest. I got up there and stand and said, God's truth, my word is abiding. He stood at attention. I went to pin him. I said, sir, I don't want the damn thing. He stood at me, looked at me, and said, sir, I don't want the medal. I don't want the medal. I don't want it, sir. He died. He died. I don't deserve it. Do not pin it on me, sir. Please, sir. Do not do that. He died. He died. He died, Mr. Vice President. I don't want the medal. How many nights does that kid go to sleep? Seeing that image in his head, dealing with it.
The Post says it interviewed more than a dozen U.S. troops, their commanders and campaign officials, and determined, quoting, every detail in the story appears to be incorrect. In the space of 3 minutes, Biden got the time period, the location, the heroic act, the type of medal, the military branch, and the rank of the recipient wrong, as well as his own role in the ceremony. Let's bring in Marc Thiessen, American Enterprise Institute scholar and Fox News contributor, and Robin Byro. She's a former campaign director for he's a former campaign director for President Barack Obama. Robin, I mean, I've got a couple of pages here of Biden mistakes that he's made in the past couple of months. I could read them. I might as the segment goes on, but if you're a Democratic voter, this gets to be a problem.
Yeah, it's not a good look, Trace. I want to say, let me give you some background. Joe Biden surrounds himself with service members just about wherever he goes. So it's actually no surprise to me that he mistook and jumbled up and bungled up the rank and dates and times and the award awarded, all of that, because he's constantly surrounding himself with service members. I was a guest of his in 2012, and instead of meeting with Nancy Pelosi and all the other Washington, D.C. people, it was just service members. But like I said, it's not a good look, especially when he says, you have it on my name as a Biden. That's just, it's no good.
But before I get to you, Mark, I want to play Joe Biden. We just got this from the Washington Post. Joe Biden's response. Watch this.
I was making the point how courageous these people are, how incredible they are. This generation of warriors, these fallen angels we've lost. And so that, I don't know what the problem is. I mean, what is it that I said wrong?
That's the problem. Everything was wrong, Mark. Everything in the story was wrong. Nothing was correct.
I mean, look, Joe Biden didn't mean it in any kind of malicious way. It's not that it's malicious, it's that it's sort of incompetent. Oh. He's confused. He doesn't know what's going on. I mean, this is a deep problem that Joe Biden has. First of all, he's been a gaffe machine for his entire political career. And Democrats who are now seeing him for the first time as like a presidential frontrunner are starting to discover this. You know, he didn't mean to steal someone's valor or to tell a false story. He just makes stuff up. He misremembers things. He has gaffes. And so this is the problem that Biden faces as a presidential candidate, because if you look at his competition, if you look at Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders, they have enthusiasm behind them because people are passionate about them and their ideas. Nobody's passionate about Joe Biden. Joe Biden's leading this election for one simple reason, because people think that they need a moderate name politician like him to be the most electable candidate to beat Donald Trump. The problem with running on electability is all it takes is one catastrophic gaffe and you're done. Your whole campaign's fallen apart. And so, you know, Biden, this may not be that catastrophic gaffe, but I'm telling you, it may happen in the primary, it might happen in the general, but that gaffe is coming, I promise you.
Right, it's the pattern. That's the whole thing, Robin. The whole problem here is that Joe Biden, I mean, you know, there's been talk about, well, maybe this was a hit piece and maybe the writer had some ulterior motive. The problem is this not taken out of context. The 52-second bite we played you is what the story was all about. There's no out of context here. Joe Biden's response never denied it. This is what he said, and after a while, it becomes kind of an issue.
It does, and Mark is correct that it's been that way for his whole political career. I would say that President Trump himself makes mistakes. We just heard him talk about seizing airports in colonial America. I personally didn't think of any less of him for saying that because he's a human and he makes mistakes, just like the rest of us.
Yeah, that's what everybody said.
Well, yeah.
That's what everybody said when he said,
Touche,
"Oh, he's a human. He
touche.
makes mistakes. Yeah, it's okay."
But no, look, like I'm saying though, because Joe Biden surrounds himself with so many service members, I'm just not surprised that he got the stories conflated between several different ones. But when he said the words, "I'm saying this on my name as a Biden," that is what I'm saying isn't a good look. He's got to be more careful, Trace.
It's a
Okay,
composite.
we'll take you at that.
It's a composite.
Mark Thiessen, Robin Byro, good to see you both. Thank you, gentlemen.
Good to be with you.
You too. Thank you.
Up next, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar